Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Major health concerns in Metro Detroit tonight, where more than 200 children may have been exposed to bacterial meningitis at a popular day camp in Oakland County. Good evening. It tops our news at 11. A day camp employee at Lifetime Fitness in Rochester Hills was diagnosed with bacterial meningitis.
As many as 219 children could be at risk. Now, we know you have a lot of questions, and we've assembled a team to answer them.
Well, first, Mara McDonald is in Rochester Hills talking with parents whose children attend that gym. Our medical expert, Dr. Frank McGeorge, is answering your questions tonight.
But we begin with Kimberly Gill. She is live in Southfield, where the Oakland County Health Division just held a rare news conference moments ago. Kim?
Rare is right, Karen. This information was so urgent that they did not want to wait until tomorrow to get this information out. Rare, they never have a news conference at 9:30 at night, but that is exactly what happened because children are involved. Some 219 children could be at risk. So here is what we know so far. A day camp employee at the Rochester Hills Lifetime Fitness location has been diagnosed with bacterial meningitis. That employee is a female. She lives in Macomb County. She is currently hospitalized, and that is all we are being told about her condition so far tonight because of health privacy issues. Now, officials are working to identify the people who may have had close contact with this woman from, they say, the dates of July 1st through July 11th. 219 kids between the ages of 5 and 12 years old attend this day camp in Rochester Hills at the Lifetime Fitness. They say kids are more vulnerable because they like to put their fingers in their mouth and nose, and this disease is spread through direct contact with infected people through saliva and nasal secretions.
Bacterial meningitis is a serious illness, and it can develop quite quickly. So when the range is 1 to 10, it can develop quickly. It also can be prevented, though, through antibiotics after exposure. And the people who have been contacted by Lifetime Fitness and the Oakland County Health Division have been told that they have been potentially contacted in this case and they should receive antibiotics immediately.
Now, again, anyone who has had direct contact with this day camp or this staff member that we're speaking of, they are urging you to get to your doctor immediately. They say this antibiotic treatment is very, very important. Now, officials here at the Oakland County Health Division, they are working very closely with officials over at Lifetime Fitness in Rochester Hills. That's where we find our Mara McDonald. She is live there. And Mara, I understand that they have already sent out an email to members of the club informing them of what's going on.
Kim, they sure have, and you know, it's very interesting. When I called the club tonight to ask them what the situation was, I was immediately told that I needed to call their corporate headquarters in Minnesota and that somebody would be there to answer questions. I made that call earlier this evening and have yet to hear anything back from Lifetime Fitness corporate. That said, it is members at this club who provided us with the email. Take a look. While the health department begins the process of contacting 219 families who may have come into contact with that infected staff member here at the Lifetime location in Rochester Hills, the club itself sent out this letter, which in part reads, Lifetime was notified today of a clinically diagnosed case of meningococcal disease, specifically at the Lifetime Rochester Hills. We're notifying you about this situation out of an abundance of caution and to ensure we openly communicate with members. And members, especially those with small children, tell us this is extremely concerning.
I have a 2- and a 5-year-old, and it's something that is very concerning, especially it's something that can't be taken care of immediately, and it's very dangerous.
Back here live, in addition to Oakland County, I got a call from Macomb County spokesman tonight. Turns out this is going to be a dual investigation. Why is that? Because this club is in Oakland County. Well, the camp counselor is from Macomb. And if you have a person who has bacterial meningitis, the county where that person resides also has to be involved. So tonight you're looking at a dual investigation by both Oakland and Macomb counties. We are live in Rochester Hills tonight. Carmen, Karen, back to you.
All right, thank you, Mara. And certainly we are joined now by our medical expert, Dr. Frank McGeorge. And the first question that I think a lot of parents want to know is what makes this meningitis so dangerous?
Well, you know, there are a lot of different bacteria that can cause meningitis, but we're talking very specifically about meningococcal meningitis. It's especially dangerous because it can come on very rapidly. It can cause very serious illness very quickly. It can be contagious. And most importantly, it can be treated with a vaccine and it can be prevented by early antibiotic treatment. Now, when I say treatment, I mean prophylaxis. So if you have bacterial meningitis from meningococcus, we put you on IV antibiotics in the hospital. What George and the other Oakland County health officials have been talking about is sending patients in for prophylactic antibiotics, that is, antibiotics to prevent them from getting meningitis if they have been in close contact with this counselor.
And we've been getting lots of comments on Facebook, etc. One of our Facebook fans, Melissa, asked, what are the symptoms? Because now people are sitting at home wondering, is that sniffle my child has something I should worry about?
Well, it's not going to be something like a sniffle. It's going to be classic symptoms of meningitis. Things like a headache, most importantly, high fever, any kind of mental status change, change in alertness, trouble with bright lights, neck stiffness. One unusual characteristic of meningococcal meningitis, though, is a rash. It's usually somewhat like little red spots of blood or sometimes a bruisey looking area. A rash with those other symptoms would be very concerning. That'd be a reason to go in right away.
Now, we're talking about 219 children here, and if children are up or current on their vaccinations, do parents need to be concerned about that?
Well, you know, for meningococcal meningitis, the main vaccine is actually given when you're about 12 years old. So most of these kids would not have had the vaccine unless they had an unusual medical problem. And the Oakland County Health Department is specifically even saying if you have the vaccination, you should still go in and get checked out and probably be placed on prophylactic antibiotics. And I will say the prophylactic antibiotics in this case is really out of an abundance of caution because the risk of transmission in this kind of a scenario where there's an adult with kids involved is still pretty low as far as the risk of transmission. So there is an abundance of caution being used here. I would not excessively worry about it, but I would take the advice of the Oakland County Health Department.
All right, better to err on the side of caution.
Precisely.
Thank you, Doc, very much.
Well, we have everything you need to get you up to speed on this breaking story, including updates from the Oakland County Health Department and also the letter sent by Lifetime Fitness members or the Lifetime Fitness to their members. It's all there on clickondetroit.com. Just go to our website for that information.
Well, our other big story, a night of thunder, lightning, and heavy rain. Just minor damage to report across town, as we see there, but we may not be done just yet, Ben.
Yeah, guys, we still have a little bit of rain to go, but the severe threat has ended, and it got a little rough for some folks. These are where the storm reports have shown up, especially up here in Macomb County near Arcadia and Ray Township. They had trees and power lines down across that area, and further to the south in Monroe County, same thing goes from Dundee out to Mabee. They saw a string of power lines and trees down there. As far as where the rain is concerned right now, it's light, but it's out there. We may be seeing a few rumbles of thunder, but again, we're really not concerned with severe weather from this point on. This batch of rain weakening considerably out to the west, so we should wake up dry as we start the day tomorrow. Still going to be that humidity around, though. We're not going to get rid of that anytime soon. 81 by noon, and we're heading to the upper 80s tomorrow afternoon. You can track the remaining rain overnight and our temperatures tomorrow with our Local 4 Forecasters app. It's got everything you need to know, and it is free in your app store by searching WDIV. Carmen?
All right, thank you, Ben. Well, it's shocking to watch, but difficult to ignore. Video of a man pointing a gun at another man goes viral on social media and has police investigating it as a hate crime. You'll find out why coming up.
A case of road rage in Macomb County ends with shots fired. What this man is accused of doing to another driver got him arrested.
When big news breaks overnight, we'll have it all covered for you as soon as you wake up.
Plus, I'll be keeping track of all the trending stories that'll have you talking.
And being a parent has its challenges, so we're going to have the top 4 tricks to make life a little easier when you have children.
And we'll also, of course, keep you updated with weather and traffic always on the 4s from 4:30 to 7 a.m. See you when you wake up. Go ahead.
Tonight, Detroit police are investigating a video that has gone viral, and it appears to be a hate crime. A man threatens another man who he believes is gay with a gun.
Now, we first showed you this video at 5. It was recorded outside a liquor store on Detroit's west side. The Twitter video, posted under the username Ben Swanson, shows him pointing a gun while shouting insults and homophobic slurs. The post went viral, and while the victim hasn't come forward, police are looking at this as a hate crime. A Mount Clemens man is facing charges after police say he pulled a gun during a road rage incident. In fact, police were called to the area of South Christine and North Rose on Monday. 23-year-old Samuel Smith and another man were involved in the road rage incident. The victim followed Smith to his home. Words were exchanged. Smith allegedly pulled a gun. As the victim drove off, police say Smith fired shots at the vehicle. Now, no one was hurt, but Smith is charged with assault with intent to murder.
We are learning new information about the man who shot and killed 2 bailiffs and why he was inside the Barron County Courthouse on Monday. Officers went to 44-year-old Larry Gordon's home in Coloma, Michigan for an outstanding domestic violence warrant in April. Then they found a 17-year-old girl held captive for 2 weeks inside a shed. He was also giving her meth in exchange for sex. Records show Gordon had a lengthy criminal background, including possession of a pipe bomb in 1992. He shot 2 others before he was shot and killed.
Well, the nation mourned with Dallas today as 3 of the officers killed in the police ambush were laid to rest.
3 separate services were held honoring each officer. Dart policeman Brent Thompson, police sergeant Michael Smith, and officer Lauren Ahrens were all recognized for their service. Officer Michael Kroll, the Redford Township native, will have 2 funerals, one in Texas on Friday, then his remains will be brought back here, where a visitation will be held on Monday. Well, to have an update to a story we first told you about last night, General Motors is no longer at risk of a major shutdown due to a supplier filing for bankruptcy last week. That supplier came to an agreement today with GM to end its contract and allow GM to move production of the materials to alternative suppliers. Any interruption in production could have cost GM millions of dollars a day.
And we continue following breaking news in both Oakland and Macomb counties tonight. A Macomb County woman working as a camp counselor at the Lifetime Fitness in Rochester Hills has been diagnosed with bacterial meningitis. Right now, the parents of more than 200 children are being alerted that their kids need to be seen by a doctor. We've posted more information about symptoms and treatment on the homepage of clickondetroit.com.
Well, we're in the middle of summer and that hot temperature comes and those storms mix and it's trouble.
And you get what we had tonight, don't you?
Yeah, those winds did some damage in a couple spots, and the rain was heavy as well. There were 2 areas that we were watching, but we're almost done with everything. Temperatures have dropped down to the low and mid 70s, and they're going to hang right around that mark as we head towards daybreak tomorrow morning, but it's still going to be muggy when we wake up. Do expect to see a couple stray showers here in the meantime before we dry out closer to daybreak tomorrow. So let's play the game called Who Got the Rain and Who Didn't. This seems to be a regular occurrence for the last several days. We're starting up here in Oakland County. There are a couple spots where the radar estimated over 2 inches of rain fell, but in the southern part of the county, there may have been some spots that didn't pick up anything at all. Further off to the south, especially in Monroe County, we had that flash flood warning that was in effect earlier tonight. It was canceled early, but radar estimated over 2 inches of rain fell across the county, especially there near US 23, 2.5 inches. This was not good. This was also in Macomb County. Tree right down on a car. No word whether anybody was in that car at the time. But a lot of cleanup going to be going on, especially down south of Monroe County and then up north in Macomb County, where those thunderstorms were just a little bit worse than elsewhere. 74 is where we're at Metro, 75 at City Airport. Of course, the humidity is still there. The good thing is everything back to the west we showed you at the top of the show is really weakening fast. So I think most of what we're going to see overnight is just a stray shower. Looks like our severe threat has ended. Could be a rumble of thunder out there, but it's an outside shot. I think a lot of us are going to get through the night dry, and we'll start that way tomorrow. Cold front will come through about midday tomorrow. On the other side of that is cooler and less humid air. We're not really going to notice it because we're still going to get to the upper 80s tomorrow afternoon. But once that sun goes down, the humidity starts dropping. It's going to be a much comfortable night on Thursday night, and we'll really start to see that relief on Friday. 73 for the overnight low, so not far from where we're at right now. Showers still possible, but it should be light and will be dry by morning as we Look for those winds to pick up in the afternoon tomorrow out of the southwest at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Still toasty in the afternoon with that 88-degree high in the 7-day forecast. Has some really nice days there Friday and Saturday. Sunday's not half bad either. The humidity's still low, but temperatures back above average. And then we go back to the upper 80s and get that humidity back to start next week.
It's summer.
It's July. There is no doubt about that.
Wow, well, we got something that's going to make us laugh tonight.
I think so. Have you seen this? Our Local 4 viewer Linda Martin sent us the video of a raccoon, but notice what he's doing here. He's eating dinner, and those are fish flies.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, what else would you do with them, really, except feed them to a raccoon?
Look at him go. Apparently, they're outside of a gym over in New Baltimore, and he was just grabbing them and shoving them into his mouth.
Well, we know that fish flies are everywhere this time of year, especially during the fireworks. So that raccoon was certainly a happy camper.
Apparently they
taste the fireworks next year.
I don't think I'm going to try them.
No, his little hands,
I don't think so. He did look kind of cute.
All right. Well, coming up next, cleaning for a cause and making a difference.
It actually changed my world. It motivates you. It encourages you.
See how this woman is helping those fighting cancer focus on getting better.
General.
That is such an incredible gift. I cannot even begin to say.
A gift to help women in the battle of their lives. Fighting cancer is hard enough, and trying to maintain a family and household while undergoing treatment is even harder.
But one woman is trying to ease that burden just a little. She is using more than 1,000 maid services all around the country, including right here in Metro Detroit, to do it.
That's right. Together, they're offering free house cleaning to women with cancer. When Kathy Steinkoff comes to clean, she's carrying more than a mop and a bucket. She brings a lot of love, too.
It's probably just as rewarding for me as it is for them.
Cleaning for a Reason is the only nonprofit that provides free house cleaning services to women who are battling cancer, and we do this through a network of over 1,200 other maid services who are donating their time in their local community.
Debbie Sardone knows all about cancer. Her dad died from it, and her mom is a cancer survivor. That's why Debbie started Cleaning for a Reason 10 years ago.
Well, as a business professional, I would have to say it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done in business.
For Stacey Schwinghammer, every little bit helps while battling ovarian cancer.
It changes your whole perspective. You have a clean house. It motivates you. It encourages you and helps you get past the days that aren't good.
So far, more than 20,000 women have been helped by cleaning experts donating their time, all organized by Debbie.
You can't outgive giving. When you give back in your community, when you give of yourself to other people, it comes back tenfold.
Her heart is amazing. She cares about giving women the help that I didn't even realize I needed at the time.
And that's reason enough. Now, several cleaning services in Metro Detroit provide the Cleaning for a Reason services. If you want more information, we put a link on the community page of clickondetroit.com. And Karen, I know we were talking about it, and women are very reluctant, even when they need the help, to ask for it. And
right.
And when you hear an idea like this, you wonder, why didn't I think of that before?
Right.
Because it's such a wonderful, wonderful service.
And you know now that it's out there because, you know, I mean, my whole family has dealt with cancer, as many families, and now you're like, at least I have a little bit of support.
And a clean house certainly helps.
Yeah, it does. Now here's a look at what Devin Skillion is working on for tomorrow night.
When more than 100 doctors and scientists co-signed a letter to the World Health Organization urging that because of Zika, the games should be either moved or delayed, it got the world's attention, but here, not so much.
Do you put on insect repellent?
No.
Not
actually. I haven't met one Brazilian who admits to putting on insect repellent.
It's not a worry. People here are not concerned, unless they're pregnant.
There is a risk, but we don't think it's reason to postpone the games.
A Zika disconnect tomorrow at 11 on Local 4.
Boy, the games will be getting underway. Yes, they certainly will. But right now, we've got Bernie.
And football around the corner, not far. Tom Brady will not be playing the first 4 games of this coming season. We'll tell you why. Rip Hamilton, a comeback, and a little bit we call horsing around.